Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me video. And I was getting ready for the day, so I just wanted to go ahead and record this makeup look for you guys because I did use a couple of new products in today's video. So I wanted to come on and just show you guys the products and tell you how I feel about them. Yeah, and I just wanted to come on and record myself doing my makeup today, I guess. So I'm going to just quickly go over the products that I'm going to be using, the new products I'm going to be using. And I'm going to be using this new PUR Cosmetics Time Etienne Ortega eyeshadow palette. I don't think the palette is brand new. I think it's been out for a couple of months. But PUR Cosmetics was nice enough to send me this palette. And I honestly can say I really like this palette. Like, the colors, at first, when I opened it up, I didn't think that they were really going to work out for me because the colors on the back of the palette, you see, they look really nice and rich. And I was thinking, like, these are the colors that I'm going to get in the palette. But once you actually open up the palette, you can see that the colors aren't as dark as they are on the back of the packaging, but nonetheless the colors still worked out really nicely. Like, they're super pigmented. You don't have to pick up a lot. I use this one eyeshadow palette to create this entire look, and I love how it turned out. It's just a really pretty soft nude smoky look, perfect for the fall, I think. That's why I smoked it out, because I wanted to make it like a semi-fall look. And I'm going to be doing some fall looks on my channel. So just let me know what colors you guys want to see, like what fall colors you guys want to see. Alright, so along with this palette, I use the PUR Cosmetics Love Your Selfie palette, and PUR Cosmetics did send me this palette also. I absolutely love the packaging on this palette. And when you open it up, you get these really pretty shadows. I'm dying to use these two really pretty glittery shades right here. You guys know I love shimmer on the lid. So I think that this palette is super cute. Today in this palette, I used the highlighter and the blush. So I really like it, even though the blush had a bit of kick up. As you can see, it's super pigmented. It shows up really nice on the skin, and it looks really nice and natural. And the highlighter is I really like the highlighter. Like, the highlighter in this palette is really, really nice. I didn't expect it to be as nice, and it doesn't have as much kick up as the blush does. But I mean, the highlighter, it really packs a punch, as you can see right here on my nose and my cubix bow. And yeah, it gives you a really pretty natural glow once it melts into the skin. So I really do like this palette. And the last thing that I use, and this palette does come with the mascara. So it comes with the mascara as well as the palette. So I use the mascara before I, of course, apply falsies. And then in my inner corner, as you can see, they are very glittery. PUR sent me these eye polishes. These remind me so much of the Stila Magnificent Metal Shadows. I use the shade Visionary. I use the shade Visionary in my inner tear duct. And this shade is so pretty. It's kind of like this champagne-y gold shade. And it's a really gorgeous color for the inner tear ducts. So I cannot wait to play with the rest of these. And this is just how they look. This is how this is how all of the shades look. So there are some really nice shadows, and they come with like this little silicone applicator, so they're really easy to apply. So I honestly really love these. Like, they're really nice. If you're like me and you love shimmer on the lid, then you're gonna love these. And they do come in this entire set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and next up, I tried out a new foundation today, and I don't know, I didn't think that the color match was gonna be right, because when I had to match myself online, and it is the IL MAKIAGE foundation. So the company was so nice enough to send me a $100 gift card, and I went on their website and I ordered what I wanted to order. So the foundation is I woke up like this foundation, and I have mine in the shade 215. And I just love the packaging on this, so luxurious, and the bottle is really nice and heavy. I think the foundation is $45. Don't quote me. I'm going to have everything listed in the description box down below. But the shade worked out just perfect. It's not super full coverage, but it does look very skin-like, and you can build on it. As you can see, it doesn't look cakey. It doesn't feel cakey. It feels very light on the skin, and it is gorgeous on the skin. I'm so happy with the shade that I picked. This is a semi-matte foundation. So with it, it's getting cooler. So I did prime my face with the oil, but you'll see all that in the video. But I think that the foundation turned out really nice. Like, it looks really nice and natural. But again, it is the Woke Up Like This foundation. But this foundation is really nice. I can't wait to use it a little more. I think it's going to become one of my favorites. And then I also picked up one of their little eyeshadow quads. And this quad retailed for $51. But it is so heavy and it feels so luxurious. And I used it the other day to do like this burgundy smoky eye. And it worked amazingly. But you get 4 shadows in here. And the palette that I got is Trendsetter. And this is just how the packaging looks on it. It's really nice. And then you just pop it open. And you get a really nice size mirror. And here are the shades that you get. So this quad is pretty much, this is a matte, this is a shimmer. Well, you have 2 shimmers and 2 mattes. So this palette pretty much, you know, this is enough for you to complete a full eye look. So the names, I really love the names on this shade. It's Shopaholic, Do Your Thing, Red Bottoms, and Killing It. So I really love the names on these palettes also. So I can't wait to use this palette on camera for you guys because it performs amazingly. And like I said, the packaging is so heavy. So I can tell why the palette is $51 because it is amazing quality as well as the packaging. Like I am in love with this packaging. It's so bougie. So yeah, I received this. And then these products I bought with my own money. I was hearing so many good things about the Hourglass Angel Veil, or the, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, the Hourglass Translucent Veil Setting Powder. And I set my under eye, well, everywhere that I use concealer with this powder. And I honestly love this powder. It's so lightweight. I picked up this powder as well as the Huda Beauty powder. I just haven't used the Huda Beauty powder yet. So I'm going to, I plan on using this probably in the next tutorial. But I just really wanted to use this Hourglass powder because I've been hearing so many good things about it. And I absolutely love this powder. So it is like, it's so finely milled. And I didn't bake with it. I just used my damp beauty blender. And I just pressed it right into the skin. And my under eyes look really nice. Like, I don't have any flashbacks. Doesn't look ashy. It just, this is a really nice translucent powder. I wouldn't mind setting all over my face with this powder because this is a really nice powder. So yeah, I think that those are pretty much the only new things that I used today. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I created this look, be sure to keep on watching. Don't forget everything in this video will be listed in the description box down below as usual, just in case you guys want to know a particular product. But I always try to mention everything that I use on my face in the video. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are interested in seeing how I created this look, then keep on watching. Alright guys, so picking up that PUR Cosmetics palette, I'm going to go in with the shade Popular, and I'm going to use this as my transition color. And I feel like these blend out so nicely. And they come out, and they do come out a lot darker on the eye than they appear in the palette. Alright, next I'm going to go into that burnt orange shade, which is Adored, and I'm going to place this right on top of Popular, that first transition color that I placed down, and that's because I wanted a more orangey shade in my transition area. I love warm tones in my transition area. Alright guys, next I'm going to go into the shade Muddy, which is this chocolate shade, and I'm going to take a Morphe R39, I think this is, and I'm going to place this shade directly in the crease. And I'm just placing this shade down just so I can get a little more definition in that crease. Alright, next I'm going to be going into that black shade, which is 3 AM, and I'm going to be placing this directly on the outer V just to smoke out that outer V. And as you can see, these shades, they don't get all muddy when you blend them together. They blend really nicely together, and I am really pleased with the look that I came out with using this palette today. This is a very nice everyday palette. Alright, so I'm not going to cut the crease or anything like that. I just wet my brush and I'm going to go in with the shade Penny, and I'm going to place this all over the lid. And this is a gorgeous color, and the pigment built up on it really nicely. You see that little spot? It's not a patch. I had a bump on my eye right there, so that's what that is. Alright, next up I'm just going to take that brush that I used to apply that black shade, and I'm just blending in between my lid shade and the outer V shade just to blend those so there won't be any harsh edges. And then I'm going to go in with my favorite eyeliner at the moment, which is the theBalm Schwing eyeliner. I love this eyeliner because it is a felt tip and it dries matte and is very, very black. So I feel like if you're a beginner at makeup, this would be a really nice eyeliner. I'm going to leave it in the description box down below where you can pick it up. I picked mine up at Kohl's. Alright guys, so I added my lashes off camera, and I used the mascara that came with the PUR Cosmetics Love Your Selfie palette. And now I'm using the IL MAKIAGE foundation, and I got mine in the shade 215, and I am surprised that this is like a perfect shade match for me. Now I am going to prime my skin with an oil because this is a matte foundation, and I have dry skin, and we are going into the like dry weather and it's getting cold. So I'm just going to prime my face with my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil. And then after that, I'm going to go in around my nose area where I feel like my pores are a little larger with my YSL Touchy Clot Blurring Primer. This is one of my favorite primers. I love this primer. Alright, next up, my camera wouldn't focus. I'm recording on my phone today, as you can, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not in my regular filming area. I'm actually at my vanity. So the shade that I got is 215, and I'm going to just blend this all, I'm going to place it all over my face and then blend it in with a Morphe M439. This foundation is really nice, and even though it's not full coverage, this foundation makes the skin look beautiful. But I show you how it looks with one layer applied, and it smells really good. So it does apply really nicely, and it looks really nice on the skin, but it's not full coverage. So if you're looking for that full coverage, then this may not be the foundation for you, although you can build on it. But after after I build on it, I still saw my beauty mark right there I'm going to show you. So yeah, I try to use that as an example because I really don't have, you know, a lot of scarring or anything like that to cover up. So I just try to see if it's going to cover up my beauty mark or not, and it didn't. Not even with the second layer. But nonetheless, it looks beautiful on the skin, and it is very long wearing. This foundation looked amazing at the end of the day. So this is the second layer that I'm applying. And even though I apply 2 layers, it still feels super light, and it doesn't look cakey on my skin, which I really love. So this foundation definitely has the right name, Woke Up Like This, because it gives you a really, really, really natural finish. It's beautiful. Alright, next up, I don't have a new foundation to try out, so I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Deep. As you can see, I pulled the little stopper thingy out because I thought that it was empty. And once I pulled it out, there was so much product still left in there because I was trying to use this one up. So yeah, if you have, you know, any concealer and you think it's almost gone, just pull that little plastic stopper out and you'll be surprised how much product you get out. So I'm just going to blend that concealer out with a damp beauty blender or beauty sponge. I think I got this one from TJ Maxx. Alright, next I'm going to be using the Hourglass Veil Powder. As you can see, it's new. I just picked it up. So many people were raving about this powder, so I really wanted to try it. And this powder retails for $46. So I was skeptical to see if it was really worth the price, and it really is. It's like kind of like one of the first translucent powders that I've used that's actually translucent on my skin. Like it doesn't, you know, it's not too bright or doesn't have any flashback. But this powder is so finely milled and it sets your under eye beautifully. I really love it. I haven't tried applying it with a brush yet. I applied it how I normally apply my powders, and that's with a damp beauty blender, and I just press it into the skin. Like I'll bake sometimes, but not a lot. But I really don't bake at all in the winter time. Next up, I'm going to use my favorite bronzer at the moment, which is the Anastasia bronzer in the shade Mahogany. I'm going to use this to add a little warmth back to my face. Alright, next up to contour, I'm going to be using my Black Radiance contour palette in the shade Medium to Dark. And I'm going to use this to just chisel out my cheeks and the rest of the features that I want to sink in on my face. Alright, next up I'm going to set my entire face with my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder in the shade Mahogany. And I just love going over my entire face with a finishing powder because I love how, you know, it just brings everything together. Next I'm going in with the PUR Cosmetics Love Your Selfie palette. And I'm going to use the blush out of this palette today, but look at those glitters in there. I really want to use those. I'm going to use those next. But that that blush, it has a lot of fallout, and it's super pigmented. So I mean, it has a lot of fallout, but I mean the pigment is there. So the shade is called Classic, and it's just like a really pretty orange. It looks really nice on deeper skin tones. Then I'm just going to go in with my Rimmel London Scandaleyes my Kohl pencil in the shade Black. I'm going to align my bottom lash line, and then I'm just pretty much going to repeat the same steps on the bottom lash line that I did on the top. Alright, next I'm going to go into the PUR Cosmetics Eye Polish Glitters. And geez, I forgot the name of the shade that I was using, but it comes in 5. And I'm just going to, it comes like this little silicone applicator. They remind me so much of the Stila Magnificent Metals. But I'm going to use a brush just because I want to apply this in my inner tear duct. And I love how pretty and sparkly and glittery this looks in my inner tear duct. It's really nice. Then I'm going to go back into that palette, the Love Your Selfie palette. I'm going to use the highlighter in this palette today, and it's called Iconic. And it's like you have to get your brush in there first because it really wasn't coming off that pigmented at first. But once I, got my brush into there, as you can see on the other cheek, it blinged a little more, so I just added more to the other cheek. But it's a really, really nice highlighter. It reminds me a lot of Opal by Becca. Like, it just, there's no glitter in this highlighter, and it just melts into the skin once you spray your face. And then I'm just going to use that same highlighter and apply it to my brow bone. Alright, next moving on to the lips, I'm going to be using my favorite lip liner, which is my Shea Moisture lip liner in the shade Dark Brown. Alright, next up I'm going to be going into my Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks, and this one is in collaboration with I Love Scandaleyes, and this is in the shade Nude Chica. And because I didn't want a nude lip, I'm going to go on top of that with Fenty Beauty's Gloss Bomb in the shade Diamond Milk. I love this shade. It goes so perfect with every color. And now I'm just going to set my face with my Morphe setting spray. And that completes the look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos from me. Until the next video.